Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this story time is about me going fishing, and it didn't end up going the way I thought it was going to go. So I had been fishing one time before in my life, about 10 years ago. I was a CIT, which is counselor in training, at a summer camp that I had gone to all my life. Basically, you're a camper for however many years. I think you can start as young as like 4 or 5 and go all the way up until you're 12 or 13. And then I think when you're 14 and 15, you are a CIT, which is counselor in training. And then when you are 16, you can apply and possibly become a counselor. So on one of the CITs, take trips once a week in the summer. So there's one day a week where you're not being a CIT, you just get to hang out with your friends and go to different places. Like we went laser tag, bowling, movies, fishing. We went to Splish Splash, which is a water park out on Long Island. Just a bunch of different stuff. Like every week it was a field trip for the day. So one day we went to Captree, which is out on the south shore of Long Island, and you basically go on a big fishing boat, and we just went fishing for the day. Now, I had never gone fishing. My parents said they went once, like a long time ago. Like my brother was like young and I was like too young to go, so they basically dropped me off at my aunt's house and then took my cousin with them. So I had never gone fishing. But I remember like actually having a lot of fun. I didn't catch anything big enough that I could keep because the fish had to be a certain size, but I do remember catching like a couple crabs and like some small fish. They were just too small to keep. But I don't know, I remember having a lot of fun. Now my friend Marissa and her dad are like really big into fishing. They have like their own fishing poles, and they had been going like once a summer for a long time, and then they kind of stopped going, and then probably like a month ago they had gone for the first time in a couple of years. So I was like always saying like I really would love to come with you guys, like, you know, I want to go. Like I remember having so much fun the first time. So finally I was gonna start work again, but I had like 2 weeks off, so I was like, we gotta go, like we just have to do it. Like it's kind of pricey, but like whatever. So we ended up going on a Wednesday. We went out of Captree, and it was $55 a person, so like kind of pricey, but it was $55 a person. It was from 2:15 to 6, and we were going to be catching porgies and sea bass. So Marissa and her dad had just went like a couple weeks before that, and they didn't catch anything. So we went, her dad and her had like picked up sandwiches and like brought like drinks. I, in my other video talking about going to the winery, if you haven't seen that, I will link it below so you guys could check that out. But same scenario, I had said that I had brought my camera but left it in my car. So same thing with the fishing trip. I had my purse with me, but going on the boat, like I could have brought it, but like I was planning on fishing, so I was thinking it would just get in the way, and they were like, if you don't need something, like don't bring it. So I just grabbed my cell phone, my chapstick, I don't even know what I had my sunglasses on. I ended up taking with me one of my anti-nausea pills, like just in case, because like it is a boat, like sea sickness is a thing, and I just have motion sickness, which I don't think I had when I went fishing the first time. So I was like, just in case, like I have this, and I brought my water with me, my big bottle that I take everywhere that is like Christmas themed with like snowflakes and says believe, but I don't know, I just carry this everywhere. So I had that, and that was it. So went on the boat. They said it was going to be like an hour drive like out to the waters where we were going to be going. So we figured we'd eat our sandwiches. So we went inside. There's like tables everywhere, had our sandwiches. Then we finally like just basically stood outside the rest of the time. It was a beautiful day, sunny. It was kind of cloudy like as we were driving out there, but then when we got there and like got on the boat, like the sun came out, so that was good. So I figured if anything the water would be rough like driving out there, and then once we got out there it'd be fine. But it was actually the complete opposite. So the drive out there was fine. And then once we got out there and stopped, like the boat was like rocking like crazy. And the first and only other time I had been fishing, the water was like so calm the whole time, like still, like the boat was just sitting, like not moving. When I went this last time, it was like rocking like crazy. Like, so that like set off my motion sickness. So when we were almost there and like we were slowing down and like the boat was like really rocking, I was like starting not to feel great. So I took my anti-nausea pill. Then like as soon as the boat stopped, it got like 100 times worse, like completely stopped. And then the captain was like, okay, like you could start fishing. So people started, but a couple minutes later he was like, okay guys, like we need to pause, like we're gonna move somewhere, it's too rocky here. So I was like, okay, thank God, because honestly, like I hadn't even started fishing because I just felt like I had to like hold on to the boat. Like it was like you could not hold on and like not like fall over. So I was like, okay, we're gonna go somewhere where it'll be more calm and like I'll be able to actually fish and enjoy it. But like we moved a good distance away, but it was still like just as bad. So I was like, I gotta go sit down. So I went inside and sat down, and then like a minute or two later a bunch of other people like came in, and like it was like the same thing, like they were really nauseous and just like were not feeling the whole rocking of the boat. So then some lady came in and she was like, if you guys don't feel good, like you should really like sit outside and, you know, look at like the shore, look at something that's still, but like being in here, like the hot air like isn't good, that's just gonna make it worse, like go outside and like cool down. And then one of the crew members ended up like coming in a few minutes after and saying the same thing. So I was like, all right, I gotta get outside. But I felt so sick, like I was gonna puke. So then I sat outside and it was like worse. Like it was better, but like I just felt so sick for a long time. And like both of my hands went numb. I don't know why. If anyone like knows what that's about, like please comment below and let me know, because I don't think I was having a panic attack, but I don't know why both of my hands like went numb. And I was just really nauseous, like felt like I was gonna throw up a couple times. Well, more than a couple times, but it was just really bad. I was sitting towards the front of the boat and my friend and her dad were in the back of the boat, but there were no seats back there. So I was just sitting by like some random people, and I was like, I hope you don't mind that I'm like sitting here, and I feel like they could tell I like wasn't feeling it. So they were like, oh, it's fine. Yeah, and then like the smell of the bait was just like making me want to puke even more. They were playing the good jams. I think they had on like Sirius XM like Pop Rocks, which is like one of my favorite stations. So I was like into that, but like I just felt so sick. Then after a little while, Marissa came and found me, and she was like, dude, like, are you okay? And I was like, no. And there was a vending machine inside. I didn't have time to really look at what was in there, but I had like a 10 on me, and I was like, can you just like get change, like, cause she asked if there's like anything she could do. So I was like, can you just get change and like get me like some sort of like sucking candy or something from like the vending machine, cause usually like that helps me, like mints or like some sort of sucking candy. So she was gone for a while, and I was like, and then she comes back and basically like the vending machine was broken, and like she tried getting like a bunch of different stuff, like a ginger ale to try to like settle my stomach. That like it kept saying like choose something else, I guess. So that didn't end up working out, and like other people were having issues with it too, and then the crew members tried seeing if they had like the keys to the machine so they could just like take the money and like give us what we wanted, but they didn't have anything, so that kind of sucked. So I basically had like $5 in like nickels, dimes, and quarters, so it was like literally like a handful of like change. So all I had was my water, and then Marissa and her dad had some Gatorade. So once I finished my whole thing of water, because I just kept drinking it to try to like keep whatever was trying to come up down, and it did end up working. I did end up feeling like better like as the trip went on, but basically I never got to fish. Marissa and her dad ended up catching like 1.5 buckets worth of fish, and they were kind enough to actually give me some, so that was really nice. I got some porgies, which I had never had, but Marissa's dad basically told me like to breadcrumb them and like cook them, so I did that like you would like chicken cutlets, and they were actually really good. I had had them even for like leftovers like a couple days later, and they were just really good. So that was really nice because I was unable to fish, and like it sucked because I was so excited, and now like Marissa was talking about like, oh, like next time, and I'm like, I don't know if there's gonna be a next time like anytime soon, because I mean even Marissa said like she's never been on a boat where like that's happened, and when we were inside while I was trying to like figure out what I wanted to do because the vending machine wasn't working, even Marissa said she had gotten like a little nauseous just from sitting there. So basically it sucked, and like as soon as the boat started going back and like we were done, like I started feeling like better and better because the boat was moving and we weren't rocking. So basically it sucked, and like I don't know, I just wish I could have fished because I was really excited and it could have been like a much better experience, but like I wasn't the only one on the boat that had like gotten sick. Like I think there were other people on the boat like actually throwing up, and when Marissa and I went inside to like go check out the vending machine, there were like a bunch of other people in there. Like someone had like the garbage can next to them, like I think they were puking. There were people just like laying down. Like it was rough. Like I don't know, the water was so crazy. But on the other hand, there were a bunch of other people that had like, you know, a really good experience and a good time, which I mean, good for them. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for me, and if we went again, I think we would do something where we could just like stay on the dock so that the water won't like, you know, we won't be rocking because we'll be on solid grounds. But yeah, so that was that story. I'm gonna insert some pictures so you guys can see the fish we caught and just like the views out there. It's really beautiful out there, but it was just unfortunate what happened. But here's the pictures. So I hope you guys liked this video. I mean, it was sad because of what happened, but I mean, makes for a good story. That's just my life and what would happen to me. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.